All right, guys, welcome to a very special edition of the Messy Dads, Merry Hearts podcast. I am your host, Jackson's dad. I was going to try to do the whole intro, but all I can remember is two dads that put their faith in God, or whatever Scott says with his script. So, I'll probably stop giving him such a hard time about not having the script. This is a very special edition, as you can see. It's just me. I'm not sure how this is going to sound because I'm just on my iPad. But this week, I have been in Bayou La Batre, Alabama. You guys have heard me talk about this several times, about coming down here last year. Well, this is the week in the Bayou. Now, originally, Scott and Jeremiah were hoping to come, and we were going to do a whole thing. Life gets in the way, right? Being a messy dad for Scott, and Jeremiah had some other things where we just couldn't get the time to line up. They weren't able to get down here this year. We're going to work on that in the future. Miss Pat, who you're going to meet in an interview here, she's already booked us for next year. So same week, anybody out there, any one of our Baker's dozens of fans, if you want to come down to the Bayou next year, get a hold of us. It's been such a rewarding week, another rewarding week. As you guys know, I talk about this trip from last year all the time. I'm here in their auditorium, sanctuary, whatever you want to call it. Kind of recording this, and it's my last night here. All the interviews that you're going to see have already been recorded, so I know what they're going to say. And then I'm going to film a closing after all of that. So Jeremiah will have to, I'm going to send this on to him, and he'll have to put me at the first, play the interviews, and then I'm going to have a closing that I'll do. But it's been such a rewarding week. We did a food and clothes giveaway. We've done a lot of maintenance on the building. I got to talk to Billy Spalding, who you'll meet here in a minute, about the area and the impacts of Hurricane Katrina. And a lot of people just, Hurricane Katrina was a big thing. I remember I was in high school during it. It's not the only thing that's against these people here. It's truly rewarding. So this isn't going to be your typical loosey-goosey. Try to have a little bit of fun. But I want you to meet some of these people down here. And we'll have some information on Bayou La Batre. But like I said already, next year we're coming back. Same week next year. And that should be good. So with that, I'm going to stop flapping my gums on this intro and let the interviews roll. It's going to be a short episode today. Again, life gets in the way, so this podcast is going to be hit or miss for a while, just with scheduling stuff and all that good stuff. It's a moving process, but we're not quitting. We're committed to being our goofy selves and continuing to put our faith in God. And hopefully coming to you guys more often coming up, kind of laying it out there and talking gospel. So with that, we'll roll the interviews, and then you'll see my ugly mug again at the end of this video. The legend, Miss Pat. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. You guys have heard me talk about this lady. You heard Jeremiah talk about this lady. He's not even on camera, so we talk about you a lot.
Yeah, we miss him too.
Yeah. With every shot so far, huh?
Yeah, we miss him. We miss him. I mean, he's supposed to be here.
He is supposed to be. He'll probably be here next year.
That'll be great.
We already got it on the book.
Yes,
right?
we do. We got your book for next year.
October 4th. So that's important. So
Yeah,
anybody of our 13 fans out there want to come down to the Bayou next year, get a hold of me. And then this lady will treat you like royalty all week.
They'll feed you.
That's the best reason to come. So, but this is Miss Pat. Miss Pat is one of my favorite people on this planet. She treats me real good while we're here. This is the lady, Miss Pat in the Bayou. So, anything you want to tell a joke like you, Eli?
No,
No?
except we are joking.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, guys. More people from the Bayou.
Okay.
This is
Hey, I'm Billy Spalding, and we have had an amazing week here with our Somerset family and the work done on the building, our food giveaways and all. We have just really been blessed to have them as a part of our life. And Dave has been coming down for about 20 years now after Katrina, and the blessings continue coming. And we just thank our Somerset church family for all the work they've done this week, and we just thank them so much for being a part of our lives. Yeah.
come down to the Bayou with us next year. We're going to be here next year at this time, and we want to bring more people. These people, you guys met Miss Pat. They treat you like royalty, and it's more of a blessing for us to be here, in my humble opinion. So
Come down, we got a lot of work, and we got a lot of good food.
a lot of good food is the theme. All right, guys. That's Mr. Billy Spalding. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Yeah. Welcome to the Messy Dads, Merry Hearts podcast. This is
Yeah.
my buddy Eli.
Yeah.
I'm down in Bayou La Batre. It's just me today. Lucky you guys. Scott and Jeremiah were supposed to come, and then they didn't. So I'm the only one that had the gumption to come down and see our friends. And I wanted to get some videos to send to you guys. This year, I was here last year, so was Jeremiah. He's not here this year. Met a new friend named Eli. There's his Papa Nate, who is also new to the area, apparently, or gonna be. So, yeah. So, Eli, we had some fun with him this week, and he wants to tell you guys a joke.
What did the omelet say to the egg?
What?
Give me a quiche.
Oh! You want to tell the pork chop one? I'll give away the
What?
tagline.
Yeah. What do you call a pig who does karate?
What?
Pork chop.
What? All right. Well, I'm going to try to grab a few more interviews with some people. Actually, Eli, you know all the books of the Bible, don't you?
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and tell everybody?
Yeah.
All right.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, and Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, and Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, and Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts, and Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, and Ephesians, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, and Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians 1 and 2, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd John, 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation.
Awesome. All right. Say bye to everybody.
Bye.
So, Miss Pat, all I want to talk about is your guys' food giveaways. And I wanted to talk to you specifically because Mr. Billy over here is the face of the place, but you're the one out there making the show happen. And so I just want to talk about the process, about how the food comes in, the sorting process and how you guys get that together, and then the line that comes through. So just kind of talk freely about first things like food gets delivered and then go from there. So just tell you your process.
Okay, we're gonna say, now, sometimes we go pick it up.
So sometimes you pick it up.
Sometimes we pick it up, sometimes it's delivered.
Okay.
And then once it comes in, we sort it according to produce, canned goods, we set up an assembly line. The ladies get behind the line, start bagging it. We get all that ready for the giveaway. And then the cars come through. And we put a sign out there. We advertise that on Facebook and, you know, and cars come through. They don't even have to get out. We have people that does the paperwork for them. They drive up and we find out how many families they're picking up for, and they load them up and they're out. They gone.
So
We
they
have
can-
clothing put out. We have men's, women's, plus sizes, and children's. Everything's free. We have shoes that we put out. We have toys that we put out. Dishes, miscellaneous items. Every time we have a giveaway, everything's donated.
Okay, so everything's donated,
Everything's
mostly
donated, mostly by other churches,
Okay.
family and friends. We have people that just drop stuff off to us.
All right, so you either pick it up or it gets dropped off. Who's that by?
The Department of Agriculture.
Okay, Department of Agriculture.
Food
And
bank.
then the ladies that assemble all the food, because it comes in big boxes, right?
Yes.
And so it has to be separated.
Yes.
To be passed out.
Right.
So the ladies that separate that, those are volunteers?
Volunteers,
All
yes.
right, so there's a lot of love that goes into that.
It is.
So that's good. And then the families that come through, about, on average, how many you think come through a line per giveaway?
It averages out from 100 to 250, maybe 3. It just depends on, you know, if people are ready to get it, they're hungry, they're gonna come get it. You know, most of them are elderly. There's a lot of elderly. Then there's some, you know, youngers too that, you know, that work in the seafood shops and stuff. So once their food stamps are gone, they're hungry.
Yeah.
They don't last.
I watched you out there today. We did a food giveaway today. And you are the key that turns the machine. What drives you to do it?
Helping people, loving people. I
Yeah.
just love it.
Yep.
To see the people smile, most of them are so thankful. They bless you, and they want to hug you. They want to touch you. That's very heartwarming. It's coming from right there. I love it.
Yeah. No better feeling in the world.
That's right.
Yep. That's what Jesus would want us to do. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bayou there, we had started a church here roughly 20 years ago, and we've seen the need that was in this area. And this community is made up mainly of people in the fishing, shrimping, and oystering community. And over the past years, from the import of shrimp, crabs, oysters, fish, and all, has really taken a hit on these people down here in the domestic market. The import of different things like fish, shrimp, crabs, oysters, and all, coming in from overseas is 85% of the product that comes in here to Bayou La Batre. And it's steadily knocking people out of business there. You know, they can't compete with these foreign markets at the rate they're selling, and it's just, the community is getting more and more impoverished. And down in this area here, you got roughly 55% of the people over 18 hasn't got high school educations. And it's tough for a person to compete in the job market with that, but we're here to do what we can through our clothing programs and food programs. Before Hurricane Katrina, the seafood market was doing good. You know, the guys could go out, they can crab one part of the year, they could oyster one part of the year, and then they could shrimp one part of the year, and they could make them a yearly living. But when Hurricane Katrina come in, it messed everything up as far as the shrimp and crab and oystering. And they were right on the verge of making a small comeback, but then we had the BP oil spill, and that is still devastating till today there. You know, the sediment from the BP oil spill settled on the bottom. You know, they sprayed dispersements on it, different things too. It was kind of an out of sight, out of mind thing is what BP was wanting to do, get the oil out of sight, out of mind. But it settled to the bottom, and that's where your shrimp feed, your oysters feed, and your crabs feed, and fish and everything. And it's just pretty much devastated them there. And they have just never really recovered. And in those events like that is what has increased the import of fish, shrimp, and crabs and stuff from overseas. And the market they got over there is, they can sell it for virtually nothing, and it's pretty much killed the domestic market. But what they've been doing, they're doing a lot of dredging up in Mobile Bay, and there's a constant flow of silt, and they've tried their best to block it for over the past 2 years. And this silt's just steadily settling on the bottom, on a natural bottom, and the oysters, it's killed all the oysters out. And again, which the oyster reefs were coming back, and the crabs, they're not doing good either. And this dredging thing has just set them back a lot further, and it's a coastal restoration, but it's pretty much knocking the, domestic people out of a job again because there's just no market there. So we started out right after Hurricane Katrina, and we were probably doing close to 500 families a day. We had disaster services out of Nashville and a lot of other different organizations helping us do that. But as time went on, the need was always there, to help people, whether it's with clothing or our food program. And we got a big benevolent program where we get out and work in the community, helping people cleaning their yards, putting in wheelchair ramps, and doing repair on their houses and stuff, and just trying to give them a little hope, because the bulk of the people down here are on up in age here. So good. We've had 8 baptisms this year, from the food programs we got. We try to help people with feeding them, and we also want to feed their stomachs and also feed them spiritually there.
Yeah. You mentioned 8 this year. Do you know roughly over the last 20 years or so how many?
I have no idea. We've had, there's so many people that come in, they'll come to church, and, there's just nothing here for them, and they have to move out of the area. But I have no idea. It's up into the hundreds there, I'm sure, We've had people, when they leave here, we would point them in a direction of a church, Church of Christ, in the area where they're going. So.
Yeah. One last interview today for this episode. This is Dave Neal. Dave Neal is an elder at Somerset, and he is the reason we've been coming down here differently for the last 20 years, and he's just going to say a few words to you, and that'll be it. So
right.
Go ahead.
Oh, very good. No, I just wanted to kind of wrap things up here, and we're kind of passing the baton now to Andy to make sure this work continues. So if you certainly are welcome to come here, and if you want to come, we can make it happen. I'm not saying I won't be involved in the future, but Andy's got the lead now, so we wish him well in continuing this effort. It's always been a pleasure. It's always been a blessing for us, as well as for the folks here to come and work together and see how Christians work together to accomplish a common goal. So thanks for your time.
All right, guys. So there you met some people. You met my friend Eli, his dad, Nate. Nate didn't really get to talk. Nate is new here this year. He's moving down to the area. He's going to be a great resource for Billy and Miss Pat and everybody down here, doing some maintenance and taking on an active role in his church. And he's a great guy. I've gotten to know him a lot. Eli is obviously a great kid. So this area will be blessed to have those guys and Nate and his family down here full time here coming up. You met Miss Pat. She's the best. She didn't want to talk very long. That's fine. Who would want to talk to me that long? But she thinks I'm great, so she can't be that bad, right? And then you heard from Billy, and here's the deal. And again, like I said, this is kind of less of a big episode here. It's kind of heavy. My last night, I'm a little emotional. I got emotional on my last day here last year, and we very blessed to be able to come here. And you see a lot of things. You see a lot of desperation and just stuff like that. And I can tell you all about it. And honestly, on October 19th, Dave and I will present a presentation. I'm not sure some of the other people from our congregation who were here this year are going to get up and share as well. But we're going to give our presentation at Somerset. Love to have you here. Hopefully this gets chopped up and put out before then too. So we can get some people in there to kind of see what this is all about. So you heard from those guys, and then Dave jumped in at the end, and that's something new this year. Dave is, I'm honored. He brought me in here. We talked the first day we were here, and I kind of knew it was coming. The way me and him have been interacting, and just for better or worse, the time he feels is now for me to kind of take that baton and keep this train rolling, and I'm going to. And I'm honored to do it. And the reason why, you met Billy. And Billy has said multiple times to everybody that comes here, this is your home. You always have a spot here. There's 40 some odd beds upstairs. There's a cabin. They'll find some place to put you, and they'll definitely feed you. They told you that. But he says, this is your home. And I feel that. And this is going to get really corny, but maybe the world needs a little bit more corniness in it. So what I have to say to that is this is absolutely my home. And not just my home away from home. Because as long as this place is here and this work is being done, a part of my heart will always be here with these people. And that's corny, that's cliche, whatever. Make fun of me if you will. That's exactly how I feel. So Bayou La Batre, Alabama is always going to have a piece of me here with it. So with that, I just want to say thank you to everybody down here. Thank you to Dave. Dave and I are going to be collaborating, and we're going to keep this train rolling and helping this community as much as we can. They're a great community. They're great people. They're the best. So with that, thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Again, it's short. I'm getting a little misty-eyed thinking about it. I'm going to miss this place. We're heading home tomorrow. So I would say please send prayers. But by the time this comes out, this isn't going to, hopefully we'll be home safely. So with that, just thank you guys, and we will see you next time. See ya.